Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's staying safe, staying home, keeping to yourself. Same shit, different day. Not much has changed. Everybody still needs to make sure we're staying home and all that good shit, so that's cool. Yeah, not much, again, going on, because can't really do anything. Basically spending a lot of time playing around on my phone, playing video games, hanging out with the kid and the fiance, and kind of boring whenever we do the same stuff every day. But Facebook, oh my god, is fucking... I hate being... I kind of hate Facebook in general, like a lot of people do, but then also love it because I can get on there and goof off with my friends and post funny shit and see funny shit and stuff like that. But anytime there's something going on, whether it be something major that just happened, like some kind of tragic event or an election or just anything that's like kind of major that affects the whole country, a lot of people obviously talk about it, and that's fine. You can talk about your opinions and have conversations with other people. Nothing wrong with that at all. The problem is so many people are stupid. Like, I don't really have any other way to say it because it's I guess ignorant, I guess I'll say, not necessarily stupid, because some of the people, I don't necessarily think they're stupid. They're just really ignorant, and it's so weird that people will like believe things. Like, it's one thing to think that it's possible that something could happen, or something is happening, or could happen, and you think that it's possible. It's one thing of thinking that, but to somehow have it in your head that it's definitely happening or has happened or will happen, when it's like a conspiracy type thing that you have zero proof of, that's borderline psychotic to me. Usually the same people will call other people sheep for believing the quote unquote mainstream media, which they include everything in the world that's reported, basically. That's all mainstream media. Anything you can read anywhere is somehow mainstream media. Even stuff that has actually been researched and has by people that have credentials and they have actual sources to their information. You can't believe any of that because it's mainstream media. Yet, the things they're believing have like no proof. The research done is by other like stay-at-home moms, and nobody of any kind of real importance of the subject that they're talking about. And it's insane. Like, I was talking with a friend of mine, and I love her. She's a good friend. I've known her for a long time. Nothing against her, or I say her. It's been several people. It's not just one person. But because I was skeptical of something she posted, I was told that I trust the government too much, which I don't even know where the government thing came in because it really didn't have anything to do with the government. But it's not that. For some reason, people that believe these conspiracy theories like wholeheartedly believe them with like little to no proof. If you don't also believe them, then somehow that means you always believe the government or what you're being told or something like that. Like, it's not one or the other. It's not you believe everything you're told or you don't. Which you can't even say those people don't believe everything they're told, because they do believe everything that they're told that's not the stuff that mainstream told them, if that makes any sense. It's like, you don't believe the things that actually have proof, but then you believe the things that have little to no proof, except for some like YouTube videos of people talking about it. or people having a hunch or an inkling of a thought. Like, that doesn't make sense. Hunches aren't facts. Like, it's so weird that people will just discredit, quote, mainstream media, but then 100% believe things based off of a hunch. What the fuck? How does that make any sense? I'm skeptical of everything. Both, quote, sides of anything I'm skeptical of. And I won't believe anything unless there are some facts to back it up, some proof to back it up. I'm not going to just automatically assume because someone said, oh, you know what? I bet this seems fishy. And then automatically go on a deep dive of random shit with no proof and then believe that stuff. It's just, I get the, I get the entertainment value of it. Conspiracies are fun to read. Well, I say fun. Sometimes they're not fun because they're from people that shouldn't be writing anything. But I get the entertainment value of seeing some of them, but 100% believing them and discrediting everything that's against that conspiracy theory is, in my opinion, scary. It's damaging to everything. We literally have a president that will 100% lie to your face about something, and people will take it as fact because he said so. And then you could show them that what he said isn't true, and somehow you're the fucking shill or whatever words they use for believing otherwise. Like, motherfucker, I'm believing stuff that has, like, documented proof. You're believing it because some fucking pathological known liar piece of shit told you. Like, who's the shill here? That makes zero fucking sense to me. But it's so frustrating. I unfollowed a whole bunch of people on Facebook only because of, I hate unfollowing people because I personally don't mind seeing opinions and things that are different than what I believe. And sometimes they'll open it up for me to research stuff, and I've changed my mind on things before because along with most other people, have opinions on things that are pretty baseless. Because most of us have little to no fucking knowledge on a lot of the things we have opinions on. They're opinions based on somebody said it and it seemed real. I'll admit that. Most people, they won't admit that, but the people that like have all these weird theories about the pandemic going on and stuff like that, you barely passed high school. I'm going to go ahead and say you have zero knowledge on what's going on and how to treat it and how to combat it and how to fix it. You have nothing. You have your opinion, but having an opinion on something like that is meaningless. I understand not wanting to take everything face value of what the quote media tells you and stuff like that. I totally get that. I think they've said some things that are kind of stupid, but, and maybe even some things that the CDC or the WHO has said that I'm like, that's kind of weird. But guess what? I'm basing it off of ignorance, basing it off of me not really knowing. And I'll admit that. A lot of people won't. They'll be like, well, I read. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You just read something written by another person that also does not know what they're talking about. So, reading information from another person that's ignorant doesn't then change it and double it over and turn it into a fact. It just makes you both ignorant. And it's just spreading ignorancy. Ignorancy? Is that a word? So, yeah. I unfollowed a bunch of pages and people and stuff because I was seriously contemplating just getting off Facebook again. I did before in the past because my anxiety got really bad. And it was like festering on Facebook. So I'm trying this first, just unfollowing a bunch of people because my anxiety one of the worst things about the anxiety, like my anxiety is a lot better now that I'm on medication and stuff. I don't get like the regular everyday anxiety. I don't have like the impending doom mindset anymore like I used to. I don't randomly like think the worst is going to happen at all times and like freak out about it. But I do have an anxiety that if I see something that is not true, that I can verify is not true, I have a hard time not commenting on it. Like, it sounds so stupid to somebody that doesn't have to deal with this, but it makes my heart race. And if I don't comment on it, I'll be thinking about it all day. Like, I'll think that I did something wrong by not saying, hey, you should know that's not true. Here's all the information you need to know to show you that it's not true. And if I do comment, then I also have anxiety from them commenting back because 9 times out of 10, their reply is going to be something along the lines of like, oh, you believe the media? Or, haha, what'd you do? Google that? That's a weird one that people say too. Where'd you find that? Google? Google has zero information, you fucking idiots. Google's a search engine. You're finding information on other sources. So saying, where did you find that Google is really stupid. Google isn't giving you the information. They're telling you where to find the information you searched for. So, yeah, you can Google something and Google will link you to an actual peer-reviewed study of something. So if the original way you found it was Google, you still found the actual information. That's so stupid. Same when somebody says something about, oh, Snopes or oh, Wikipedia. Yeah, don't take any of that stuff necessarily for face value. Don't just read the article and then just be like, oh, yeah, that's true. All of those have sources on them. Not all of them. Wikipedia can have some shit that doesn't have sources, and then that's when you take it with a grain of salt and don't necessarily believe it. But a lot of them will have sources, and you can follow those sources and see if there's enough information that actually points it to being fact, or at least benefit of the doubt. So when people discredit websites or sources or something like that, they are, one, assuming that you didn't do any other research other than looking on that one site. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't doubt that most people do that. But a lot of times that makes me think that that's the way they quote research something, is they look on one site and they don't look on any sites that like will tell them otherwise. If it combats your opinion on facts, which is a weird fucking thing to say, but nowadays people have opinions on facts, which is so fucking strange. But if it combats your opinion, then you don't want to hear it. You don't want to see it. You don't want to believe it, and you discredit the entire thing. So yeah, anyway, unfollowed all a bunch of random people, like a bunch. Just some people I don't talk to, never talk to. I don't unfriend really anybody unless they literally say things that makes them a huge piece of shit. I've done it a couple times. The people that are just like super shitty. But if you just have dumb opinions or something, I'm not gonna unfriend you. You're still my friend, but I don't necessarily want to see the stupid shit you say. And I don't want it to cause anxiety, and a lot of other people don't think the same way I do. So if I comment and tell them where I think something is wrong or something like that, other people get pissed off. I've had people block me and delete me because of that. Like, not even, don't get me wrong, I could be a dick about some things, but I've literally just been like, hey, you might want to read a little bit more into this, look at this. And their reply was something along the lines of like, I don't remember what the word was they used, but something like, I don't need anybody telling me my research is wrong or something like that. Goodbye. And they deleted me. I'm like, okay, that's the opposite of research. If you won't believe anything other than what confirms your bias, like, insane. But it sucks that it bothers me so much and causes me so much anxiety, but I don't have any way around it. I'm I mean, I do have a way around it, but I really don't want to get off Facebook. I like being on there to talk to my friends and do funny shit and post my podcast and just post funny random shit that I say or do, or pictures for family and friends to see and thinking like that. But I don't know. It just it sucks that so many people. I don't know. It just sucks that so many people believe shit without like really researching it. And when I say really researching it, I mean researching everything, not just researching your belief. Because you're just going to continuously see stuff that tells you you're right. And it builds it up to a point so much that there's nothing that can tell you you're wrong now. And that's really dangerous. It really is, because you can believe something that's 100% wrong, and if a million other people believe that's wrong, then you're going to be... You can search anything on the fucking internet and find somebody that believes it's true, or will tell you it's true, or something along those lines. Anything. It can have no proof whatsoever, but they can make it seem so true that people will fall for it and believe it. But yeah, anyway, enough of that shit. I'm tired of it. Hopefully unfollowing a bunch of people and just not seeing so many posts about dumb shit will keep me away from that and bring my anxiety down. I'll just look on some news fucking feed things and get some information to there and shit like that. Whatever. But been pretty much, let's see, today is Saturday. I think I'm on season 4 or season 5 of The Office right now. I just started it back over on Monday. So I think it's like Tuesday or Wednesday. Every week and a half, basically, I'm restarting The Office. I'm literally playing it like 24/7 in the house, pretty much, though. And no, I'm not like staring at the screen the whole time. I just have it playing in the background. But no lie, I've started it over at least 20 times now, maybe more than that. And only like, obviously the first way through, I 100% stood in front of every single episode, and maybe a couple times after that. But now it's just like, I'll sit there and I might be paying attention for 1 or 2 episodes, and then I just keep it playing for a few episodes while I'm playing on my phone or playing Animal Crossing on my Switch or something like that. But I can like pretty much word for word quote every single thing that goes on because I've heard it so much. But I don't know what it is, but every replay of it does not get old. And I know a lot of people agree with that. There's a huge following with The Office. And there's just something about it that's like not harming in any way. Like, it doesn't negatively impact the way you feel anytime you watch it. And it has just enough comedy in it that you stay entertained the whole episode, and just enough of those like laugh out loud moments to keep you like super vested in it. And I seriously think it's probably the best show ever, in my opinion. Like, all things considered, probably the best. I have other shows that I think are funnier overall, but the rewatch ability isn't nearly as high. Like, I think Workaholics is fucking hilarious. It had some points in it that I think were probably funnier than points in The Office, but I'm not watching that 20 times. Eastbound and Down, fucking hilarious. I'm not watching that 20 times. Trailer Park Boys is probably in my top 10. I can rewatch those. I just recently, I know I talked about it on here, but I just recently watched People Just Do Nothing. And I've already watched through that twice. I can watch that probably quite a few times. But overall, still, I don't think anything beats The Office for me. And I can't wait till all this shit's over with. So I need to design and figure out what I'm going to do to give me an office tattoo. I'm not going to mix it in with my arm because it's not something that I watched growing up. I literally just started watching it like 2 years ago or something, maybe less than that. So it's not something I've been watching since it came out or anything like that. So I'm not going to put it on my arm where I have all my tattoos of stuff from growing up. So probably put something either on the back of my leg or fucking like a Thug Life tattoo, but it'll say like Paper Life, and then have like Dwight jumping out of my belly button or something. No, I'm not gonna do that. That would be kind of funny though. I hooked up with the dude. Whoa, maybe I should not say that. Linked up with a dude on Facebook that's in a Ninja Turtle collector figure group. I don't remember what group he's in, but anyway, I'm buying a box of a bunch of random figures and parts and stuff from him. So I'll get that probably this week so I can start trying to work on custom stuff. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. He does custom painting and stuff. He has some really cool ones he was showing me. He like mixed and matched parts and like had like a whole thing of like the Avengers, but they're all made out of Ninja Turtle parts and then repainted and stuff. Excuse me. And they're really cool. But I want to do more than just paint. I want to get into custom molding stuff myself too. I used to love like molding stuff out of clay and things like that. So I think it'll be really fun. Not necessarily something I'm going to be like super great at, but it'll be really fun. So he's sending me a whole bunch of random figures and then like a couple baggies of just like parts like arms and hands and heads and accessories and shit like that. So I can just mix and match and throw stuff together and try to work on some custom figures. So that'll be cool. I'll be posting them on Facebook once I get around to doing some of that. Speaking of Facebook though, like I was saying earlier, I'm probably going to be, even though I unfollow people and unfollowed pages and stuff, probably still going to spend less time on there. I want to try to get back into Reddit again. Reddit was really fun to scroll through. There's not as much of the like social aspect on Reddit because I don't necessarily like commenting and stuff on Reddit. I just like reading stuff. And I've been using Instagram a little bit more as far as like scrolling through it, but again, there's not as much of the like social aspect, and that's why I like Facebook. I've tried Twitter multiple times and I don't care for it. Joe Rogan actually made a really good point on his episode recently with Dalia. They were talking about Facebook and how neither one of them use Facebook. And he was saying that Facebook, the reason that it sucks so much there, it's like a cesspool, is because you have way too many characters to say what the fuck you want to say. And that kind of made a good point. On Twitter, you only have like 140 characters, whatever the fuck it is, so you can't really like write this long, giant novel about what you believe because of a video or Uncle Billy told you or whatever. You don't have that much room to be able to say all that stuff, so it's a lot less controversial, I guess is a good way of putting it. I don't even know if that's necessarily true. I've seen some wild shit on Twitter too, so it's all stupid everywhere you go. But I just want to say, I'm not saying that anybody should not have their opinion. I'm not saying that anybody should believe what the media tells them or what the mainstream answer is to some question. What I am saying is research. And research does not mean, oh, I believe 5G causes cancer, so I'm going to search 5G causes cancer and then click on all the pages that say, of course 5G causes cancer, and then click on all those and be like, yep, I knew it. That's not research. To properly research something, you have to look at the thing that contradicts what you originally believed too and see what they say, or the research on that side of it, the scientific evidence or whatever. I hate people. Peace.